What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, Butterfly Talks with Tam. I want to thank all my new subscribers for subscribing, liking my video, and commenting. So today is very special. I have my first guest on my channel because y'all know my channel is very new. I have Taylor. This is my friend Taylor. We recently met last year through our Rooted Society and TST community, and it's been amazing ever since. So welcome, Taylor, to my channel.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes. So today we're going to talk about, she has a nonprofit, and we're going to talk about a little bit about how she's doing with her single journey and also her pregnancy journey. So Taylor, let's start with your nonprofit. Can you tell a little bit about it and how did it come about?
So I have a nonprofit called Restored from Within. So it's a nonprofit in Atlanta, the ATL area. Basically what we do is we go to the safe home on a monthly basis, and we give restoration baskets, which are cute little gift baskets full of girly little items. And then we just help to spread God's love and give them, community and mentorship to help them along their recovery journey. So that's what we do. I guess just a quick overview. So in 2017, I did this outreach called Princess Night. There's an organization that has been doing it for a really long time. They go to a particular area in Atlanta that's known for trafficking, and they go out onto the streets. They give the women roses and they pray with them. Mm-hmm. So I did that in 2017. I just fell in love with it, and I was like, I have to do more to help these women. Mm-hmm. So literally it was like a couple of days later, I emailed that organization's just general email. And then I said, it sounds kind of crazy, but I volunteered with the organization this weekend. I really want to do more. Are you guys hiring? And at the time I had a corporate job. I was making the most money I had ever made. And God just put it on my heart. It was a fire that ignited, and I just wanted to do more. So long story short, within a week, I was working in the safe home. I quit my job and I started working there, and I just really fell in love with just helping the women. So then God started to reveal that a part of my purpose here is to help trafficking survivors and help them on their recovery journey, just restoring hope and identity to them. So yeah, it's been a journey ever since. I've done mission trips in the Philippines, helping survivors there, helping to rescue women there, and it's just yeah, it's definitely something that's a part of my purpose now. So I love it.
Yes, that's amazing. Trafficking is, the number one in the United States. And for you to go out there and help those women, and it's that's amazing. Yes. And if y'all want to volunteer with her, I would definitely put her link at the bottom so you can volunteer, so you can serve with her, because that's amazing to help women, to help anyone. It's amazing, but to help women who have been taken, what I'm saying, beyond their will, that's amazing. Yeah. Taylor had a testimony that really blessed me, and I know it blessed others. So Taylor, can you please tell the viewers about your testimony and how are things going so far, and how your life has changed since you posted your testimony?
Yes, a lot has happened in the last 8 months. I still can't believe everything that's happened, but basically, so May of 2022, I was engaged, and everything seemed pretty great about our relationship up until that point. But then after we got engaged, I just had this unsettling in my spirit. So it was a few weeks after we were engaged, actually. I was getting super anxious. It was just something not sitting right in my spirit. So I was on my way to his house, we were long distance, so it was a couple hours away. And I just prayed to God. I was like, if this is not the man you want me to marry, then make it very clear this weekend. And that was on a Friday. And y'all, the next day I found out that he was cheating. So God answered that prayer instantly. Yes. And so I left instantly. I left immediately. And to be honest, it was a pretty easy decision, because it's when you ask God for clarity and he gives it to you, there's just no arguing with that. So I was like, God, you make it so clear, I can't argue with that. But of course, I gave myself time to grieve. It was hard to, of course you think you're going to get married. The deposit was down, the invitations were sent, we were going to get married very soon. So yeah, so of course, it was hard recovering from that. But once I felt like I really healed from that relationship, God just told me to post a video. I just made a really quick video about my testimony, and it was about 6 months later, and it just went viral instantly. It was crazy. But basically, in that video, I talked about everything that happened after I made that decision to be obedient to what God was telling me, because He made it very clear that I need to leave him, and he's not the man that I should be marrying. So almost immediately after that, a couple weeks after the breakup, I had been looking for a job throughout the whole summer, and about the end of July, I got a job offer for my dream job. It's everything I prayed for. It's fully remote, it's full-time marketing, like everything that I've been praying for. It was so hard. While I was with him, it was so hard to find a job, like hundreds of jobs and like barely any interviews. Like people will interview me and just completely forget about me, not even tell me that like I didn't get the job. So it was very hard, but then it was just like almost instant. After the breakup, I got my dream job. So I was like, okay, check there. And then I didn't even know that I would need a place to stay. I was staying with a friend. She has a townhome, and I was renting out a room there. And so it was a few weeks after the breakup, I ran into an old friend, Kim. You know Kim. I ran into her at an event, and she had just randomly told me that like she got this apartment through this program called Apartment Life. And I was like, okay. So I just made a mental note like, oh, that's cool. I should look them up. A few weeks later, I actually saw a YouTube video about this, this girl who just randomly mentioned, oh, I'm about to move with this program called Apartment Life. And I was like, wow, like I heard about this place twice within a couple weeks. So I took that as confirmation, like, okay, God, like maybe you're trying to tell me something. But at the time I was comfortable where I was at. I didn't think that I would need a place to stay. But y'all, like a couple weeks after that, the person I was staying with was like, oh, maybe you should start looking for a place to stay. Because, I was planning to get married and move in with him. So she was gracious enough to let me stay a few extra months. But she's like, oh, probably I'll give you to like December or whatever. Y'all, I applied to Apartment Life immediately, and the whole process from start to finish was only a month and a half. Like I applied and they got me into my apartment within a month and a half, and this apartment is everything I can ask or dream of. I love my apartment so much. I live alone. I barely have to pay rent, and it's, they give me a discounted apartment for basically sharing God's love and helping plan events for the leasing office. So yeah, I got a brand new apartment, my dream job within a few months of the breakup and being obedient to God. So that was what my testimony was about. It like reached millions of people across the world, and it's just such a blessing that, what God can do when you are obedient, like it's above and beyond you can ask or think. So I'm just so grateful for where I am now.
Yes, I love that, because like you said, being obedient to God, and He's so gracious to us. Like He's so gracious. And when you're walking in God's will, you're going to have peace. Yeah. And so you was like, hey, I don't have peace about this. And you was like, Lord, if it's this not for me, let me know, and He did. And so it's like, God, we thank you, because you are so good to us. Like He's not like a man or a woman. He's so above that. So that's amazing. And after that, because you was obedient, you got everything. And y'all, her apartment is nice. Shout out to Apartment Life. It's real nice. So yeah. So after all that, now how is single season after that? And I love your video, because I know people are getting hope, because after the engagement, you still have to do life. You still have to move on. So how is that going?
Honestly, I am truly in like the best place I've ever been in my life. I have never been this at peace, like this joyful, this content, like, but before him, I really felt like, so before I met him, I was single for 6 years. And I really feel like I definitely made a lot of mistakes in my singleness. But I definitely tried to focus on strengthening my relationship with God and my identity in Christ. So before I met him, I knew that what I'm not going to do is put my identity in this relationship. Like I'm not going to be codependent. Like I'm going to rely on God for my source. So that really helped me in my healing journey, honestly, because I made sure that I wasn't getting so deep into this that I was going to ignore what God was saying about it. So that's something that really helped. So I'm just grateful. I am truly content. I know that when it's the best time for me to marry someone, the guy's going to send the right man. So I have no doubt about that. And it's like, how can I be discontent? Like everything that he's given me, on top of all the peace and joy and love that I feel, not just from him, but just people around the world just wishing me blessings. And like, who would have thought that, my story would reach so many people? I had 700 followers when I posted that video, and now it's like 18,000. So it's like, y'all, God can do anything. It's like he can do the impossible. And that's really what I learned through this. Don't doubt God. Like he can do the impossible. Just don't doubt him. So I'm just grateful to be a vessel to be able to share everything he's done for me. And I believe that he can do it for anyone. And no matter what your circumstances are, just be content, because he will give you your wildest dreams. Just don't limit God. So, yeah.
Yes. Don't limit God. Take him out the box. If you got God in the box, take him out.
Yep.
Take him out. Like, I know me. I'm like, God, you gonna do it like this? No. He has another way of doing it. And so we just have to put our trust and our faith in him, because he's going to bless us with more than we ever imagined. Yes. So, can you give someone some tips, who basically maybe just got a relationship or who maybe was about to get engaged? Like, what are some tips while they're waiting on their next? Give them some tips.
Well, I guess my first tip is find your purpose. Like, this is the time to find out who you are, whose you are, and what God planned for your life. Like, ask him, like, why am I still single? Like, not in like a way thinking that's a punishment, but thinking like, how can I maximize this time and this season? Like, go after your purpose. Like, see, who can I serve? Like, God, what do you want? What do you want me to do in this season? Because I promise you, when you stay busy and you're busy serving people and busy doing God's work, even if it's doing your full-time job, like, do it to the best of your ability. Like, ask God, if this is my purpose for this season, I want to do it the best that I can. So that's definitely, it's a lot harder to be sad and discontent in your situation when you're busy. You're busy serving people. You're busy doing what God called you to do. So stay busy, but definitely take that time to heal. Don't jump back into a relationship because it's not going to make you feel better. Right. You're going to have temporary satisfaction, but ultimately you're going to end up even more broken than before. So definitely take that time to heal. Allow God to heal you. Like, take intentional time, like every single day, whether it's in the morning or at night. Get in your word. Just pray to God. Even if it's 5 minutes a day, starting off, just pray to him. Like, God, help me. Like, I need help. And trust me, I've been there. It's like how strong I am right now. I know what it's like to feel broken. And so, going through that healing process. So it's okay. Give yourself that time to heal. Like, cry it out. Cry as much as you want. Cry out to God. Like, please help me with this. And he will. He'll definitely help you.
Yes, that's so good. Like you said, pray to God and he will help you, and don't limit him. Because he will help you. It's in his words. And I like how you said stay in the word, because some things we don't understand. So we can go to the word. He can bring revelation and understanding. Yes. Do you want to have anything else to say to the viewers?
I really pray that everyone finds healing, because it's so much better. I know I used to be afraid of being single again. And, the unknown is scary. But it's like knowing that you are in God's hands, you're in the best hands you could possibly be. So it feels so good to be, loved by God and just serving him. So honestly, y'all, don't be afraid of the unknown. Just trust in God. If you guys wanted to hear more, you can check out my YouTube channel. It's Taylor Made for Success. So Taylor Made for Success on Instagram and on YouTube. I drop videos every Tuesday nights. And subscribe to my girl.
Yes,
she's working hard.
Yes, thank you, Taylor. And she as well. So go subscribe to Taylor's channel right now, and support, and just comment if you'd like to. And I'm pretty sure she's open. And like I said, you can volunteer at the ministry. And if you're not in Georgia, you can definitely donate to her nonprofit as well. So see y'all later.
Bye.